You know what would help if I do? Like turn on my camera and have stuff set up. I don't know, time for the show because, you know, I'm a professional. Y'all, if you can't tell, I am exhausted and tired, and it is Dia de los Madre, which is the Day of the Mother, and we're doing a show. So we're going to have an easy show. We're going to do this quick and easy. It's just me today. Just me. No Jay, no guest, no nobody. We're going to have a nice and easy show. We're going to hang out. We're going to sell some comic books. And by and large, we're just going to kick it. So, I'm going to play the thing. I'm going to get my head on straight, and we are going to get started. So hang in there for a second. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I am producer Kyle. This is the Mother's Day version of the Producer's Live Sale. And I'm guessing most of you are hanging out with your mothers, which is what you should be doing. I'll be real honest. I would be real upset with you if you weren't hanging out with your mothers or a mother of some kind, or, at least watching a movie about a mother. Anyway. I have a microphone in the box of books. I need to figure that out. We're going to sell some comics. We're going to have some fun. Pastor Michael says I can't say kick it. I can. Especially because, Henri was supposed to be here, but he decided to hang out with his own mother. So, we're going to do $5 trades, and I've got some $1 books here. So we're just going to do that. And if you get here, say hi. Let me know that you're here. I could see how many people are here, but I don't know who is here if you don't tell me you're here. So once you tell me you're here, we'll take some requests, we'll do some stuff, but we're just going to start with $5 and $10 trades and just roll from there. So there it is. That's where the books will go. And let's get started here. This is the last of that big collection of trades that I brought in that I've been offering $5 and $10 trades from. So we're just going to work through what's left in this box and see if we can't find something that will suit you guys. All right. We're going to start. Brian Clay Vaughn, Cliff Chang, Paper Girls Volume 6, $5. This is technically Deadly Class Volume 2, 1988, The Black Hole, $5. Andy Diggle, Sean Martinsborough, Thief of Thieves, Volume 4, $5. That's the hit list. And, oh man, I'm trying to remember which volume this is. Okay. It says Volume 2, but I'm trying to remember the story because I read this. Okay. This is Scales and Scoundrels, Volume 2. The Treasure Hearts. So remember, guys, these are trades. These are all self-contained volumes of the story. So even if you haven't read like a volume 1 of these books, you can grab these and get in on them without necessarily the prerequisite of having read earlier storylines. All right. All right. This is, again, Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chang. Paper Girls Volume 2, $5. Star Trek Voyager, Seven's Reckoning by Dave Baker and Angel Hernandez, $5. Seven to Eternity, Volume 4. The Springs of Zal, Rick Remender, Jerome Pena. Seven to Eternity, Volume 4, $5. And Saga, Volume 10, Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Saga, Volume 10, $5. All right, I'm sorting some things out here. There we go. Okay. This is the volume that they made the Netflix show after. This is The Old Guard, Volume 1. Greg Rucka, $5. Marjorie Liu, Sana Takeda. Some of the most beautiful art and comics came in this book. This is Monstrous Volume 5 for $5. I have 2 copies of this. I guess it's technically Volume 2, but again, because it's a trade, you can read it independently of having read any of the previous volumes. And I'm going to guess you haven't read any of the previous volumes. This is Grumble, Raising Hell in the Garden State, published by Albatross Funny Books, $5. And Porn Shack Pochette Show, with Jose Villarrubia art. I'm relatively sure this is something that's in development as well. Great Horror, Infidel Volume 1, $5. I have multiple copies of some of these, so I'm just putting the multiple copies together. So somebody decides they want one. There are sometimes multiple copies here. All right. Perfect. All right. Let's do this last row here. With some $1 books. How about that? Jason Aaron, Nick Bradshaw, Wolverine and the X-Men number 11. Red Hulk on the cover. It's $1. Mike Grell, Shaman's Tears number 2 for $1. The Evil and the Cure, part 3 of 4. This is Cage number 7 with Luke Cage. And we'll do Mark Millar, J.G. Jones with Paul Mounts. Image Top Cow Wanted #1 for $1. All right. So, guys, remember the trades are 5, and the comics on the bottom row are 1. All right. Should we do some more $1 books before I replace the trades? Remember, I can see how many of you are watching. I just need you to tell me what you want. And we will go that direction. It's weird. It's where I'm at right now. It's cold outside, but it's hot in my office. It's making me angry. All right. All right. Nick Spencer. I think Francisco Medina. Ultimate X-Men #4 for $1. Michael Turner. Frank Mastamaro. Mike Ganelli. Aspen Comics Shrugged #2. Same team, Aspen Comics Shrugged #4. And Wolverine and the X-Men. Jason Aaron, Nick Bradshaw, X-Men. Wolverine the X-Men #5. Be $1. All right. Do one more set of $1 books before we go in and swap out some trades. All right. Blast from the Past. Iron Man 267 for $1. Image Comics, The Max #4 for $1. Robert Kirkman, Charlie Adlard, The Walking Dead #128 And Random versus Polaris, an X Factor 95 for $1. Ship. No, you don't. He's not here. Yep, I'm the only one here because, again, Mother's Day, and I wanted everybody to have time with their mother. Yep, R.I.P. Sabu. I'm pretty sad about that one, I'll be honest, man. Sabu was a good guy and a good friend over the years. Always had a nice word, always super positive, even when he had a lot of reasons not to be. Like I said, it was I didn't believe it when I heard about Sabu. So it took me a minute. Especially because I just saw him not that long ago. A couple of weeks. Just after Mania, after his final match. And he seemed okay. Like I don't know, I haven't heard what went down exactly, but he seemed to be doing pretty good. Yeah, Ship, here, let's just do this. So Ship said he was not a huge fan of the hardcore style, but Sabu always made it feel special, made it special. He did. One of my biggest memories, I shouldn't say first ever, one of my biggest memories of Sabu, we did a convention, a comic book convention in Wyandotte, Michigan, which is this little town, but they had a wrestling show at the convention. And the main event wound up being Sabu versus D'Lo Brown. And my business partner had never been to a wrestling event at that point. And they came and they basically wrestled around our booth, and it freaked her out crazy. But I knew both guys well enough to know that they would protect our booth and not hurt anything. So I wasn't really worried about it. But that was a big moment for me, getting to watch my partner watch those guys wrestle at a comic book convention. So, to say that there was no house to bring down would be an understatement. Ship, it was a very small show. Which was kind of the problem. That's why it was only a one-time show. There wasn't a house to bring down. All right. Should I put up more $5 trades or should we keep doing $1 books? Somebody tell me what you want. No, I get it, Ship. It's not even a derail, man. It's like I'm here doing this thing because this is where I am on Sundays. So like I'm happy to talk. I'm happy to sell books. I'm happy to do whatever we want to do. Do we want to talk wrestling more, Forrest? I see you're here. Do you want $5 trades? Do you want $1 single issues? Do you want me to shut up and go away? I'm good with whatever. But the best thing I could give to my mother on Mother's Day is for her to be able to take a nap and me to not be bothering her about dinner. So that's where I'm at. All right, let's do some trades. So remember, guys, we've got Paper Girls Volume 6 right here, Deadly Class Volume 2, Thief of Thieves Volume 4, and Scales and Scoundrels Volume 2 across the top. Those are all $5 books. Remember, those are collected trades, so they're the whole story. You don't need to have read any previous volumes. Second row is Paper Girls Volume 2, Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning, which is a standalone, Seven to Eternity Volume 4, Saga Volume 10. Then here, this is Old Guard Volume 1, which is the thing they made about dinner, or the thing they made about dinner. The thing they made the Netflix show about. I don't remember. Monstrous Volume 5. Grumble Raising Hell in the Garden State, which I guarantee you nobody read Volume 1 of. That is an Albatross Funny Books book. And on the end is Infidel by Pornsack Pichette Show, which is a great horror book that's up there right now. All of those are $5. No, he was smarter than that, Ship. When he couldn't go anymore, he didn't. I'd seen that at shows where he's like, I just can't go tonight. My health is not right. Something is not right. He was smart enough to know to walk. Which I appreciated about him. All right. This is Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, Sebastian Camicoli. Undiscovered Country, Volume 4. Disunity. Again, remember, guys, it's a trade, so it's the self-contained story. You don't need to have read any of the previous volumes. Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, Gideon Falls, Volume 6, The End. That is the end of the Gideon Falls storyline. The reason I put it there is because I have Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, Gideon Falls, Volume 5. Wicked Worlds for $5. And another Jeff Lemire. This is Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen. Descender, Volume 4, Orbital Variances. $5. Fiona Staples, Brian K. Vaughan, Saga, Volume 5. The art on this is John Romita Jr. We're not going to talk about who wrote it. This is Marvel's Eternals. Trade paperback. This is an Eisner winner. Must have been 2015, 2016. This is Giant Days, Volume 7. And Kieran Gillen, Charlie McKelvey, The Wicked and Divine, Fandemonium. This is Volume 2 of The Wicked and Divine. All right. Next row of $5 books. Black Hammer Reborn Part 3, Jeff Lemire and Caitlin Yanarski, $5. Time Before Time, Declan Shelby, Rory McConville, Time Before Time, Volume 2. When I asked Nick about this book, he had a very strong reaction and didn't want to talk about it. Why? I have no idea. But I want to read it if nobody buys it. This is Corn Boy. It's the only volume from Dynamite. It's the only volume that came out of Corn Boy. If it makes Nick Barucci blush, you know it's got to be something unique. And then from Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung, Snot Girl, Volume 3. All of those are $5. Now, here's the problem with not having Jay here or somebody co-hosting. Be honest with you guys, my stomach has started to do flips. I am not feeling well. I don't know if it's because it's like 75, 80 degrees in my office or if it's something I ate. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to call it. So this is your last call on anything on the show because I have to walk away. Before I do that, though, I want to let you guys know that I will be live tomorrow, 9 to 11. It may be here on the EXP. It may be over on Comic Book Shopping Network. I will make a post and let everybody know what I'm doing. And then on Monday, tomorrow at 5, Talkin' Shop, featuring Fred Van Lente and Joe Keating from The Future Is. We are doing a big promotion here on the EXP with the people from Recca Publishing and Piranha Direct Market Solutions, promoting this book, The Future Is. In fact, they will be available on my show starting very soon. So, and every show in the experience, every sales show will have these on offer. Plus, there will be other promotional opportunities. So be on the lookout for that. But tune in tomorrow at 5. All right. So, guys, I'm sorry for the ridiculously short show. I'm sorry for the not feeling well all of a sudden. I am going to get out of here and go take care of that and work on some other stuff. But I will be back tomorrow with Jay, and we'll have a full show, and I promise I'll be feeling better. I appreciate you guys who have been here. I saw Forrest was here. I saw Ship. I saw Kenneth, Pastor Michael, anybody else who didn't say hi. I appreciate you guys having been here, even for just a minute. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm sorry it's so short, but we'll talk next time.